Welcome to Ion Hermosa Beach. It's election season here in Hermosa, and because of that, we invited in some local residents to talk about what they see as the main issues. We also then invited in all 5 city council candidates to respond to those concerns and also provide them with a platform to speak directly to the voters. We hope that you learn a lot through this process.
I'm Michael Keegan. I'm a 38-year resident of Hermosa Beach, a husband and a father of 2 children. One's 14 and one's 18. Well, I wasn't going to run for council, but I kind of decided to get off my couch after a few years because I'm a little disappointed in a few things going on in the city. I mean, the city has hired about 15 to 20% more employees in the last 5 or 6 years. The budget is a little bloated, and there's talk of not having enough money, and we're in a deficit, and we have $135 million worth of unfunded projects that they want the citizens to pay for. They're talking about, building a new city hall at $125 million. I just don't think that's what's needed in town. I think we need to go back to basics, and I also think that we need to regroup how we're spending money. And I have experience. I served twice on the city council in 2001 to 2009, and I think we need to bring back, more common sense. One of the things I was disappointed in is they've reduced the amount of public comment by 33% recently, so they don't want people speaking very long. They want to take limited comment. They're more concerned about more time for themselves. I've watched it myself on some of the meetings. They spend time basically promoting themselves. They've hired a PIO, which is called a Public Information Officer, and they have a publicist for the city council and for the city manager. And these things cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. And this is just to make themselves look good. And if I was there, I would work to remove those and put that money maybe in the downtown business district. Right now, some of the businesses there are suffering from post-pandemic issues, that they're not bringing back enough customers. Restaurants aren't seeing the same store sales. They're down a few percent, they're flat, and rents don't go down, they go up. And so real estate isn't getting any cheaper in town. So it's tough to do business in this city, so you have to keep on your game. And you need a city as a partner, so I hope to do that. Well, let's start out with the city manager. The city manager seems to want to protect her reputation, and she seems to focus her whole thing on building up a staff to kind of build around her, to build a wall to get to her. It's been said it's difficult to reach into her office. I mean, when you go to visit her office, you have to go through a 3x5 cube with bulletproof glass and a speaker system to reach the receptionist if she's there. And so you wait in a locked room to enter. It's an electronic strike door. This is new stuff. This wasn't the city. This isn't a friendly environment to welcome people to. And just so people know, Redondo Beach doesn't do that, and Manhattan Beach don't do that. But we do that here in Hermosa. I guess it gives the impression that there's a dangerous situation happening in our city, that there's threats. And so that's the reason at least that's the reason I was told why they built all these barriers, because I guess there's threats. There were never any police reports to be found on the threats, but allegedly there's threats. So we spent probably $150,000 improving the security of the city manager's office, just that section. I don't know. Things like locking the doors to the bathrooms outside of the council chambers, which are basically public bathrooms for people who go to the meetings. If you're, walk into the building, there's nowhere to go to the bathroom. Now you have to go get a code from someone, and all the doors are locked. One thing I will say about City Hall is that they really don't want you to visit. You have to make an appointment, you have to do everything online, and then you show up at your assigned time. So basically they're making you feel like you're put out if you show up and say, hey, I got a problem, can you help me fix it? And that's what I want to bring back to Hermosa is, I've got a problem, will you help me? And I talked to a resident today about them redoing City Hall, and he said to me, Michael, why are you going to spend all that money? I never go to City Hall. He goes, I don't use City Hall, so why would I want my tax dollars going to City Hall? Fix our streets, fix our curbs, make sure the trash is picked up on time. Make sure that all the stop signs and the signs are kept up. Make sure the lines on the street are painted. That's what I'm interested in, and that's what I'm going to do if elected. Well, I think that my role the uniqueness of my candidacy is I'm the only one who's done public sector work and private sector work. I spent 8 years on the council, 2 years on the Public Works Commission. I've studied all the streets. I know which ones have been paved and when. Let's take Pier Avenue. It was redone in 2011. There's not been $1 spent in maintenance since 2011. Not one slurry coat, nada, nothing. If you look at the street in front of Java Man and in certain parts, it's all broken down. And it shouldn't be broken down if we'd have maintained it. And you can't blame just this council. There's probably another council in front of it that didn't do anything either. So I'm not just pointing blame at them, but they haven't done anything with it. And we need to keep our infrastructure after we spend a bunch of money. We spent $5 million redoing Pier Avenue in 2011. We got most of the money through grant money. With 2008, with the crisis, we got money for free from Obama. I was on council then. We procured the money then. Most of it was government money from federal money and state monies. And so we just didn't do any maintenance on that street. So now sections need to be redone. And it's only been 14 years. It's a travesty. I won't let that happen. I'm on top of streets. I'm a licensed general contractor for 35 years. I'm a licensed real estate broker for 35 years. I represent one of the largest companies. I'm their broker of record for one of the largest companies in the country that deals with real estate. So I understand real estate. I also understand construction. I've owned a business. I owned Manhattan Bread and Bagel for 32 years. I ran it. I created it. I started it. So I'm the only one who has the ability to understand making a payroll, understanding a marketing budget, understanding how business works. I've done CUPs in 5 different cities with 5 different bakeries I've opened. So I understand the CUP process more uniquely than anyone on council because they've never gotten one. I have. And I know what, it's very tough to do, and it takes a lot of money and time. And I want to be there for the applicants who want to move into the new businesses that might go into the Bank of America space and Citicorp. That's going to take someone with skill and knowledge. What the city will probably do is pay $1 million to some consultant to bring them back a plan. We're going to save $1 million if you elect me. Well, I just want to say I'm not running for the prestige of the office. I'm only going to serve 1 term. I just want to come in and kind of rechart the course of the city. I want to, there's a course correction needed, and I just want to get us back on the track that we were before. I think we were running the city fairly well with limited resources. We're always going to have limited resources. We don't have a commercial district. We don't have a retail base with a shopping mall. We don't have a huge hotel complex to bring in a lot of income. So we have to spend our money more carefully than Redondo Beach or Manhattan Beach. We actually have to be better than them. And so I want to get us to that point.
We wanted to thank everybody who participated in our show. We hope that all of you learned a lot at home. We want to make sure that you get out and vote. And thank you for watching Eye on Hermosa.